All right, so we're doing both, I assume, or just black?
Both sides.
All right then. Ooh, Orthodox. That's cool. Not particularly in favor nowadays. Do have to warn anyone playing the Orthodox is that 9 times out of 10, some point in the game you will see the shoulder hit. And you have two choices. If you see the shoulder hit, you can go ahead and just respond here and get some lovely little fifth line territory. But technically, in the age of AI, we are supposed to tanuki that because it doesn't kill the corner and we can play a big move elsewhere. So responding locally, though, I think is still okay. That's just me. Let's see, two space, hello. So this is saying I kind of would like to go into the corner, but I don't want you to be mad about it. But you can't do that. If you want to go and get anything off the corner, we have to do the attachment. Only move that black can play is the Hane under, and then we can go back. At that point, there's a finite number of moves black can play. This is not one of them because they just lost the game. Being that low and uninteresting this early on because we only get like how many points here? Not very many. That point, all you have to do is just make more points in the upper right-hand corner. And congratulations, you win the game. So we can assume that's not being played. So we're going to look at maybe this one, in which case you can come out. And the easiest follow-up from here is yield shoulder hit. Well, not really a shoulder hit, but same thing. Get to extend and then pincer. This should be fine for both sides. Yoink. So this, we're going to respond, right? Good response. And then, So this would be a big move to play, I will grant, but only if A is now a strong group. Because if A is not a strong group, then we have a proverb here, urgent before big. So if A is not a strong group, then black can be like, you know what? I want to, let's see, how would I do that? Eeny, meeny, miny. Well, maybe just attach here and attack the two stones, see what they're up to. And you don't want to do that. Generally, we want to come out. We shouldn't have played here, but oh well. Black doesn't want to be surrounded, so we can anticipate a response. And if we don't get a response, then cool. This has no potential anymore. The territory that's here is the territory that's here, and that's going to be it. Never mind the fact this is technically dead. Let's pretend it's not. We can go immediately start building off the newfound influence we have, and the only territory we have to overcome really is a territory that's in the A area. And the reason why I say that is because you're going to have the corner territory. This is pretty much Comey in the bottom right. So all you have to do is just equal more than that. Life couldn't be easier. Life couldn't be easier. 1 second, I need to close that. There we go. All right, so you jump out. And fortunately here, I would make the exchange to make sure they can't go underneath. Black now has an out. I would heavily consider going under the stone. Now our corner's nice and fine, and now white needs the extra move. Otherwise, like a shoulder hit over here, we can't really answer that because you can see the right's being swallowed. That's kind of no good. Not a bad move. Let's see where we're going with it. We're trying to get shape, it looks like, and surround. All these are nice ideas, but I do have to caution you that you want to pay attention to your cutting points because right now you just said this move doesn't matter and your opponent could beg to differ. If we cut here, do we have two eyes as white? I mean, no, not really.
Not even one.
Yeah, it's looking kind of sketchy. So it's tempting as we get stronger to start like leaving our groups behind and trying to get all that tanuki action going on so we can develop more of the board faster. But that doesn't mean leaving our groups weak to do it. So yeah, here, like it or not, well, I guess we're gonna play here. And we're probably going to be playing it in Gote. That's just what's going to happen. But our group's connected now. So that's one less headache for us to worry about later. This move, whether you know it or not, Go is also called hand talk. Your moves are saying something every time you put one on the board. And this one is saying, you can't hurt me. I don't think you can attack. And if your opponent proves you wrong, we're going to be sad. Okay, leaning. I mean, that's fine, fine, fine. Pincering is fine. Trying to cut through here doesn't work. Do you see why? Okay, you're going after that one. Yep. You can go after that one, but truthfully, there are so many things white can have done to him here, depending on what black wants to do. If black wants the top, for example, we could be like, I'm going to play here, but you might say, but that doesn't work. And then black can play here, and you might say that doesn't work either. And then you'll say, oh, that really does work because we have to go and make sure that this is, dead. So now the top is being developed for black. So if black didn't want the left and wanted the top, that's fine too. So it's really, really, really good for black and get whatever he wants. So yeah, this push and cut sadly doesn't work. This move is saying the small knight is bad shape, or it's an overplay, or something like that. And that's just not true. This is fine, ladder permitting. If ladder didn't permit, then we just go and cut directly. Though even now it's fine because there's, the net. So yeah, we're trying to cut a strong shape. And regretfully, because of what I just showed at the top, this is also sente for black. Do you see it? Ouch. So black can play here. We have to kill. And then we're dead. Because now we're getting cut all over the place. Very sad. Here, good rule of thumb is to just go ahead and respond once before getting your base. That way your opponent can't play at one and keep you low. Oh, and later on, you might not play this in your actual game. Where is it here? Might not play it in the actual game. Maybe you're not an aggressive player, but you can also poke and then maybe do something cool like, hey, you, protect that. And then maybe something like, oh, hey, you, run away from me forever. And then maybe we can chase and, all that good stuff if we want to be an aggressive player. Okay. This is also an instance where we'd want to play this one. If we had played this one, then we could probably just play here and be fine. But since we didn't, white is taking advantage of this and throwing in the 3 space. Not bad, not bad. Now black has an option. White says, I want the stone on the bottom. Black could say, it's all yours. I want the stones on the left. Does not say that. What does he say? I want the corner. Could say that. Okay. Ooh, careful of the Hane. Good rule of thumb. When you've approached into the 3-3, or when you've been approached, sorry, into your 3-3, you do not want to Hane this because if they drop down, it gets really, really awkward for the drop down and the cut. There are variations where this can be okay, but there are more variations where it's not than where it's actually playable. So it's good to avoid. Defending here is fine because you got the Atari on both sides. Should be fine. Like your opponent plays here, it could be like, all right, well, that's mine. Then they play here and they don't want you to get a cut. So they play here. Now you're alive in sente. So we can go, bam, play there. Nice sente. Excellent. At this point, if the board actually developed like this, I would say that black wins. Because it's just too large of an uphill battle for white right now. Woo. Go back, OGS. Thank you. Right. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Leaving the, okay, that actually works. And you're gonna have to look at that for the rest of the game to make sure nothing impedes this ladder. Because the minute this ladder no longer works for you, then the entire left there is going to collapse, which is also why it's better to not play the honey, even if it's playable, because now you never have to read that for the rest of the game. No problem. Nothing to worry about. You can worry about other things, like can I invade over here later, and how is that gonna work? Can I invade here, or oh dear God, what is this gonna do to me? So we can concentrate our energy where it's more important than this little Hane to protect that little one thing. Because all we're doing really is what? Losing one extra point if we extend again. All right. Do I like that for white? I really don't. For white, to be honest, I want to play this one and see if I can attack these two stones here. Because you can think of it this way. We can think of this as a lovely wall, this little white wall here. This white wall wants to radiate influence above it. And wouldn't you know it, there's black stones right there. So if we pincer it, we're kind of sandwiching it against that wall. And that's how things go splat. So if we can do that, that'd be great. The danger of playing this way, let's say, maybe you try and develop this. Black naturally develops the right. We can now never again play a sequence like this to get the right attack going on. Okay. Oh, yeah, that still works. Oof, noticed it too. That's rough. Okay, ladder doesn't work, so take or do that. That's fine too. Drop down. A little bit greedy. I would play here for two reasons. Reason number one, if I get to play here, clearly this little Y shape is not alive locally. Reason number two, I just want to keep as much of my corner as I can, and that's like 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 16 points. I'm good with it. Good size corner, I like. The left build is not bad, but let's say this is Sente into, since we've strengthened this, just jumping on in. A little bit too easy for white. We get to live, we got to reduce, we get to come in. Like everything we could have wanted is just going well for white. Ooh, that's getting spicy. So here, what is this crosscut doing? You have to kind of put yourself in the head of your opponent. I'm creating a fight here. What is the best thing I can do? Are we just trying to kill this stone? That seems kind of small. Are we trying to kill this stone? Maybe. Are we trying to live in this area? 3, 6, kind of small. Or are we trying to kill this area? That seems more likely. This area is kind of weak. We're potentially getting cut off. Now we found white's objective. So I'm going to just drop back and not care about what white's doing. White wants the stone. Stone's yours, sir. I'm just going to go ahead, defend my weak group. Done. Finish off by playing here. Corner solid, right solid. I'm happy. Only cost me 1 stone. This, we're pushing white to the weak group. Yeah. Oh God, no. Connect under, anything at all. These 2 stones will not like you if you leave them to their death. Because if white gets that split in, and then maybe some kind of an attack going on here, that can be kind of sad. Yeah, there we go. He's trying it. All right, but you're gonna kill. We're all gonna die. I'm a fan. Ooh, saw the connection. Well played, white. Well played. Now it's black's turn to prove that they're not dead. Okay, looks like everyone's surviving. Ooh, again, no real reason to get complicated here. Just kill off the stone. They probably have to defend themselves. And then we can just resume reducing that middle. Probably on our turn too. So we'll get like a bunch of forcing moves here, which is pretty nice. I think that about, ooh, uh-oh. Okay, good. Yeah, this should be dead.
Question about bottom left corner. I feel like white can definitely do something over there, no?
Yeah, here, into here is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was because this fight got a little bit too close. Before this was played, there was actually some things that
Black could have
could be
defended.
done in exchange. Like the cut here has to be a ladder. So technically, it's a bit of a capture race. 4 to or 2 to 4 to more than 4. So it was a bit complicated. I wasn't gonna mention that part of it if no one saw it, because this is just another reason why it would have been so much better back here to just extend. Though
Yeah.
admittedly, now white, this should be
Black's
alive
fine, yeah.
locally. Yeah, now this is alive locally. The Hane means we have to go back and read all the cuts and stuff out, which is kind of annoying. And to be fair, right now, you wouldn't really want to go back. Let's say black played here. I really wouldn't want to go back and kill this anyway, because truthfully, there's large things on the board still that make me not really be too interested in what's going on there. Like taking the entire right-hand side in exchange for, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 points, whatever. I mean, that's not a bad exchange. So we're here, we're doing a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, it was an interesting game. A lot going on.
Notice they needed to live. Okay. I think that about cover. Ooh, wait. No, I don't think we can kill white. Yeah, I don't think we can kill white. All right. So that probably is the end of the game, really. This is just going to be end game.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, a few pokes. All right. Any question about this, or should we move on to the next one?